Welcome to the Practice Institute, your home for intergalactic counseling and resources. Today we'll be talking to Luke, a 20-something. He is engaged in a life conflict based on an uncle and aunt who wanted him to stay and manage the farm. However, he has an adventure possible due to an old man that has entered the scene and has asked him to go away with him. Welcome, Luke. Tell me a little bit about what you're experiencing today.
There's a lot going on. I don't know where to start. I mean, my aunt and uncle had all these expectations for me on the farm, and I really just wanted to leave, and now I have this opportunity to leave, and then they died. And this old guy wants me to go away with him.
So there's a tension between where you are and where you could be.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really had to make these kind of choices before. Anytime I tried to articulate myself or ask my aunt and uncle, they just were they wouldn't even talk about my dead dad. And it's that's one thing I always wanted to know more about. And they just wouldn't go there. And then this guy, within half an hour of meeting him, we're talking about my father. And I learned more in that time than I had with, years with, Uncle Owen or Aunt Beru.
So you've had a lot of recent loss. Is this a time to be making a big decision like changing planets?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a really good decision, but it's what choice do I have? Their farm is burned out. I have the R2 unit and, this other one called C3PO, but I really don't. You're right. I don't feel like I should be making a big decision like this, but it feels like something's just pulling me towards it. And this guy talked about this religion called the Force or something like that. And I mean, I've heard of it. I've heard of Jedis. I've heard of all that. But it's I don't know that going after, I just don't know. I'm confused. I'm getting what I want. I wanted that adventure, but now it's at the cost of I feel like I caused it with my aunt and uncle. That I wanted to leave and I caused their death.
So you're blaming yourself for the losses you're experiencing.
Yeah, I mean, we'd just gotten this big fight, and then I go find the R2 unit, and I'm talking to this Ben, Obi-Wan. I don't even know why he has two names. And it's just it feels like somehow I caused it.
So there's a lot of moving parts here. We've got some vagrant units, droid units that you're dealing with, all of the loss, and this old man showing up. Have you seen him before? Have you experienced?
He's sort of like an urban legend. People kind of know of him. He's lives off in the desert by himself, and there's rumors, but I mean, nobody really knows much about him, and they're kind of hush hush. Should that be a red flag?
Well, what kind of feeling do you have when you're around him?
I mean, I feel comforted. I mean, I can't help wanting to I don't have any family anymore, and so I don't know. It seemed peculiar how it all lined up, but he seems like he might be someone that's good for me. I don't know. Should I come back sooner than a week?
Probably.
Yeah. Because Ben wants to go to Mos Eisley yesterday, and get on a ship and leave. And do you do teletherapy?
Certainly.
Okay. Gives me a lot to think about. Thanks.
So in session 1, we were able to identify a lot of stressors for Luke. He is a young adult seeking a career path, and yet has a lot of conflict in whether he should stay with the family farm or go off and visit alternate galaxies. At the same time dealing with very fresh losses, which he is not fully grieving yet. He has a lot of important decisions to make at this point, and he needs to continue counseling to receive this kind of support until he finds other supports that will help him move forward.